Hi everyone, welcome. I am Trish Ann and this is a beginner's yoga class. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I'm going to have a seat. I welcome you to have a seat if you're already in the room. And I'm just going to quickly go over the items that you might want to have for the practice tonight. Blocks, excuse me, if you have blocks, you really only need one, two might be helpful. A blanket that can go under your knees, it can go at the base, you can cover up with it. At the end, we are going to do a shavasana, a proper shavasana, and of course your mat. A bolster if you have one to sit on, and if you don't have one, you can roll your blanket up, or you can sit on a block if you have a block, or you can get a pillow from the couch, something firm to sit up on. I did that for many years. As a matter of fact, I just got my own personal bolster just this past year. It's kind of embarrassing to have waited for many years to get my own bolster, but if you don't have the other, if you don't have a bolster, then you can grab something, or maybe you don't need to sit up on the mat. That's great too, or sit up on the bolster. You can sit flat on the mat. It just helps if you have any hip problems or any knee issues. It helps to sit a little bit higher than your hips, and sitting on a bolster or a block or two or a rolled up blanket helps with that. So tonight we're going to do a yoga class, and we're going to focus. The intention is going to be balance, and I'm calling it balance on the mat for balance in life. And as we all know, we really need to find some balance because these are really unusual and kind of scary sometimes, but I think scary in a different way, not just about, getting sick, but scary in how unnormal things feel. And so coming back to the mat or coming to the yoga mat for the first time, you'll find that this is a place to come, that you relax, you forget everything that's going on in the world outside, and you get re-energized, you fill up when you come to the mat. So I encourage you, if you're new, to come back, give it at least 3 tries before you give up, or before you decide it's not for you. Mostly that's what it is, but for people, it's not that they give up, it's that they decide right away that it's not for them, but give it 3 visits at least. And maybe a couple of different yoga teachers. Not that I don't want you to come to my class, but sometimes it helps to go to it. Sometimes different teachers just sort of ring with us, and sort of we feel like connected to that particular teacher. So anyway, so tonight, for me, yoga is about increasing awareness physically and spiritually, mentally. And it's also about opening heart and mind. And it's not just for me. I mean, that's part of what yoga is about. It's about love and an open heart and caring about everybody. And that's a really tall order a lot of the time. But it's the effort, it's trying. And so the things that we do on the mat help us to achieve that. They help us to get to a place where we can be a little bit better person. Maybe sometimes it can help us to make a better decision that's more out of coming from love than coming from, a reactive place. I use yoga for that a lot, and everybody does. So, hang on a second. I'm going to have to go back to the beginning. So that's part of what the balance is about. Balance on the mat, for balance in life. We're going to focus on balance. We're going to do some flows. We're going to move from a couple of poses to another, but we're also going to focus. We're going to be doing a lot of balance poses. And building balance and building strength happen sort of simultaneously. When you practice your balance, you practice building core and muscle strength. And when you practice core and muscle strength in yoga, maybe not in other things, you practice balance. You practice improving your balance. So I'm going to talk a little bit. I'll bring up the word dristi. And dristi is just a Sanskrit word which means point of focus through a focused gaze. And what that means is latching your eyes onto something and not letting your eyes move from that little spot. That helps you to maintain your balance. So I'll use the term drishti, and it might take you a while to be able to really do the drishti thing, because at first it's really kind of weird to like not let your eyes even shift a little bit from one point, but it will help you when we're in the more challenging balance poses. And I'll remind you to find your drishti, and then maybe you can stop your eyes from moving around and looking around and focus on that drishti. So we're going to start with a seated breath work. So come to seated, get comfortable, whatever you need to do to get comfortable. Your hands can be, the palms can be open, and or the palms can be down. You can create a little mudra, close the energy channel, and or you can keep your hands in your lap if that's more comfortable for you. Whatever works for you. We're going to be here for about 10-15 minutes and 10 minutes. So I want you to be comfortable. So come to seated, sit with the shoulders back, the rib cage is lifted, and the crown of the head is, it's almost like there's a string pulling your crown of your head up tall so that the spine gets lifted and the neck gets in alignment with the spine. Take a deep breath in. On the inhale, pull the shoulders up. Exhale through the mouth, let the shoulders roll back and down. Inhale, shoulders come up. On the exhale, let the shoulders roll back and down. Feel that tension just pouring out, leaving the body. Inhale up, and exhale, roll back down. Now bring the hands back to that point that you found that was really comfortable. Softly close the eyes, and at the very least, just lower the eyelids so you're looking straight down and you're not being distracted by anything in the room or any shiny things that might happen. Take another couple of normal deep breaths in here and just let that breath go through the mouth. Focus on coming into your room, coming onto the mat, being in this space and time with all of us, sharing the energy that all of us, even though we can't see each other, we're here and we're sharing energy because you're hearing my voice and my voice connects us all. We're going to do breath work called 4-7-8. And to do this, we're going to take a breath in for 4, we're going to hold it for 7, and we're going to exhale for 8. This is called the relaxing breath. And so you can imagine it's to get you to relax, it's to kind of get you to do what we just talked about doing, coming into the room, leaving everything outside the room for this hour, and all you're going to do is focus on what you're doing at this point in time in your body. So we're going to do 4-7-8. We're going to do it 2 times, and I'm going to count for you so you won't have to keep up with the count. And so to begin, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Softly open the eyes. Take a deep breath in. The arms come up overhead, palms together at the top. Exhale, bring your hands to heart. Inhale in, arms up. Maybe set your gaze up towards your fingertips. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale in, arms come up. And exhale, hands to heart. Now take a deep breath in here. On the exhale, nod the head forward. Take another breath in. And on the exhale, see if you can press the chin closer towards the chest. Feel the stretch across the shoulders, down the spine. Take another breath in here and exhale here. Inhale, bring the gaze up. And exhale, release the hands to the knees. Take a deep breath in, the arms come up halfway, and then turn the palms over so they're facing towards the floor. Continue your exhale by reaching the right hand forward. It's going to come over to the left knee. The left hand is going to come all the way around to the right side, or you can tent your fingers and press your fingers into the floor behind you, making sure either way that you do this, that you're lifting the rib cage as you're turning into this twist. We're not going to fully turn this first time. We're going to take another breath to get there. So be patient. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, see if you can twist a little deeper. Pull the left shoulder back a little bit. Use your exhales to help you move into these more challenging stretches and twists. Take another breath in here and exhale here. Inhale, bring the arms up halfway. Exhale, left hand comes to the right knee. The right hand comes all the way around to the left side, or tent the fingers and place them behind you, pressing into the floor, lifting the spine nice and tall, either way, whichever one that you select to do. Take a breath in here and exhale here. Inhale in. On the exhale, pull a little bit deeper into the twist. Pull the right shoulder back. See if you can glance back over to the right shoulder or somewhere in that direction. Take a breath in and exhale. Inhale in, coming forward. Palms come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Excuse me. Sorry. Hands to heart. So we're going to do side to side stretches. Take a breath in, the arms come up overhead. On the exhale, just lightly touch the right fingertips down as you stretch over, and then inhale right back up. Inhale over, same thing on the other side. You're just going to lightly touch the fingers down, and then inhale right back up. Sorry. Take a deep breath in and exhale over to the right. This time, plant your hand firmly. So your hand is on the floor. Bend the elbow. And exhale, reach all the way out as far as you can. Stretching the fingertips are probably going to point towards where the wall and the ceiling meet. Take a breath in here and exhale here. Inhale up and exhale over to the other side. So plant that hand firmly. Bend the elbow so you can get a little bit deeper into this stretch, pulling the fingertips towards the corner where the wall meets the ceiling. Now press that right hip down. It's going to want to pop up, and you're going to have to put a little bit of energy into pressing that right hip down as you're stretching over to the left. Take a breath in here and exhale here. Inhale up and exhale over to the other side. Again, firmly plant that hand, bend the elbows, exhale, reaching out to the corner. This time on the next inhale, you're going to pull the left thumb back, pull the left shoulder back, and as you do that, the rib cage is going to roll up, heart radiates towards the heaven. Take a breath in here and exhale here. Inhale, roll back over and exhale. Inhale up, exhale over to the left. Again, plant the hand, bend the elbow, reaching out towards the corner to the left, pressing that right hip down. This time on your inhale, pull the right thumb back, pull the right shoulder back, roll the rib cage open, and heart radiates towards the heavens, pressing that right hip down. Inhale here and exhale here. Inhale, roll back over and exhale here. Inhale, back up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Now we're going to come to tabletop, moving into our cat-cow poses. So clear your mat. You might want to keep your blanket if you want to have your blanket up underneath your knees, but we will be going into downward facing dog, so you'll have to get it out of the way, but you can fold it, small so that you've got room on the other side of the blanket if you want. I'm just going to put mine down here at the bottom. I have a double mat, so I'm kind of cheating. You could, if you thought you were going to do this online too many more times, get another mat to put underneath so that you've got another mat. I don't know. I cleaned my mat, and I think the witch hazel is getting into my throat. Okay, so we're coming into tabletop. Now in tabletop, the first thing you want to have your fingers are really far apart, really wide. And you're going to press into the mat with all four corners of the palms of your hands. You're going to press into the mat with your knuckles and with the pads of your fingers. You want everything to press into the mat. And when you do that, when you're doing work that's actually putting weight down on the hand and through the wrist, it helps to take some of that weight out of the wrist and pushes it on through the hands that can handle it a little bit more and into the mat. So we're going to do our cat-cow first, the spinal flexion, which helps to warm up the spine. And then we're going to do core balance, and it's just that. It's the beginning of our balance poses. So inhale in. On the inhale, the pelvic floor is going to roll up. The belly is actually going to drop a little bit, sag a little bit, and the crown of the head comes up. The face comes forward into cow pose. Exhale, pull the belly in. As the belly comes in, the crown of the head comes down towards the mat, chin towards the chest, arching the back into cat pose. Inhale in. Belly drops, face forward, and exhale. Pull the belly back in, chin to chest, arching the back. Inhale, belly drops, face forward. Exhale, pull the belly back in, arching the back. Take a breath in here. And then exhale, coming back to tabletop, back to neutral. Now we're going to start our core balance. So we're going to reach the right hand forward, keeping the fingertips down on the mat to start. Stretch the left leg out. We've been sitting for a while, so we're going to kind of juice up the knees, the joints of the knees, give them a little bit of juice by rocking back and forth and letting them stretch straight out. And then warming up the muscles in the calves a little bit, giving them a nice little stretch. Now we're going to lift, and if it's hard for you to lift both hand and leg, then keep the hand flat. When we get ready to lift, move it from here to here, and then just lift the leg for these. Take a deep breath in. On the inhale, you're going to lift the arm, lift the leg. The toes are going to be flexed, so the toes are going to point down towards the mat. Exhale. On the exhale, bring the elbow in towards the knees, arching the back. Inhale, back up. And exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, up. And exhale, elbow to knee. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale, release everything back to the mat. Other side. So left hand comes forward, fingertips are on the mat. Straightening out the right leg, curl the toes under so you rock back and forth, press the heel down a little bit, feel that release in the knees. Take a deep breath in. On the inhale, lift the arm, lift the leg. Remember to flex the foot. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, up. And exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, up. And this really challenges your balance. Exhale, elbow to knee. Take a deep breath in here, and exhale, release everything to tabletop. So we're just starting to do some balance poses, and we'll start, this was to start as, on a kind of easy version, but you're still challenged. You're still practicing your balance when you're doing it in tabletop. Press the hands, one handprint forward on the mat. We're getting ready to come into downward facing dog. So you can come up one leg at a time, or you can pull forward and press back on the exhale into downward facing dog.
pedal it out. And what that means is you're going to bend your right knee, straighten your left. Bend your left knee, straighten your right. And just push back and forth like that a couple of times to kind of get everything working. Maybe open the feet up a little bit wider than hip width, and then lean into that, lifting the hips. Lean into your downward facing dog. So your head is a little bit loose, and you're pressing the hips up as high as you can. Feel that stretch all the way down the hips. Take a deep breath in here and exhale through the mouth. Bend the knees. Look towards the top of the mat and slowly walk your feet up towards your hands. Exhale, forward fold. Now this is a good time to grab your block. If you're feeling like you can't get all the way down to the floor, maybe your arms are a little bit shorter. My legs are a little bit longer than my arms, and so it helps me. I can get down there, but if it's stretching too much, if it's uncomfortable, you can put your hands on your block if you have it. You can put your hands on your shins, but we're still coming down into a forward fold. So you want to tuck the chin, and the face is going to press towards the tops of your thighs. So however you manage to do this, whatever you're using, take a deep breath in here and exhale. See if you can get a little bit deeper into this forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Now on the halfway lift, you can use your block to pull yourself up. You can use your shins. You can use the tops of your thighs. But the idea is that you're straightening your spine. So what you're going to do is you're going to lift as if somebody's pulling your heart forward on a string. So lift from the heart. The head is actually going to come up and be tilted back a little bit to start. Now press the shoulders back and down, and that's going to give you that straight, flat back. And then relax the head, align the neck so that your gaze is straight down and the neck is aligned with the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Gently nod the head no, shake the head yes. Bend the knees, reverse swan dive all the way up, palms together, exhale, hands to heart. Now our first balance pose is actually going to be something that's pretty simple and pretty easy, but done for a really long period of time, it might feel a little bit challenging. And it's called mountain pose, Tadasana. So mountain pose, Tadasana, is really just, I'm going to adjust I have a little skirt on underneath this. Sorry, it was riding up me. Okay. Tadasana, you're going to open your hands wide. Fingers are going to be all the way far apart from each other. Your arms are actually going to extend out. Your arms should not be hanging loosely. Tadasana is an active pose. It's a powerful pose. And then your feet are going to be hip width apart, not too close, not too far apart. Lift the rib cage. Straighten the spine, align the neck with the spine, and then lower the gaze or even close the eyes if you can. And if you can't close the eyes, that's okay. Just lower your gaze and think about your balance that you're practicing just doing this, because you are. Now the weight should be centered over the heels. So somewhere between the arch of your feet and the heels, but you really want to be settled back instead of forward. You want to be settled back so the weight is coming down into the heels. You could lift your toes. As a matter of fact, why don't you do that? Everybody lift their toes, yogi toes, and then let them relax. But that weight should be on the back side of your feet. Take a deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale in again. This time, exhale slowly through the nose. Take a deep breath in. The arms come up overhead, palms together at the top. Exhale, hands to heart. Coming back to the top of your mat. Inhale in, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Leading with the heart as you fold forward, the crown of the head comes down last. Let the head hang loose. Maybe pressing in a little bit closer, pressing the top part of your body against the leg. Inhale, halfway lift, leading with the heart, and then pressing the shoulders back and down. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale here, staying in halfway lift. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, reverse swan dive all the way up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Now our next balance pose. You might want to step off of your mat if it's cushy. If it's a kind of a thin mat, then you can stay on your mat and probably not have any problems. But sometimes these standing poses are a little bit easier to do if you're on a harder surface than a cushy mat. So if you have a cushy mat, I'd step off of it. So we're going to start with twist, with just two-legged twist. We're not going to do any. It does require some balance to do these twists, but it's not going to be too terribly hard. Take a deep breath in. The arms come up halfway. Turn the palms over, and then on the exhale, you're going to soften the knees just a little bit. Reach forward with the right hand and reach back with the left, turning your heart towards the side wall. Take a deep breath in here, and on the exhale, see if you can pull back a little deeper to the left, but keeping the hip points pointing towards the front of the room, or pointing forward, whatever that is. Take a deep breath in. The arms come up overhead and the knees straighten. Exhale, you're going to reach the left hand forward. The knees are going to soften a little bit and the right hand is going to come behind. I'm actually going to turn a little bit this way and you can see what I'm doing. Take another deep breath in, and on the exhale, see if you can pull back a little deeper. The right arm is going to come back a little further. You're looking back at your right fingertips. The left arm is forward. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Now this next one is going to be a little more of a challenge. So we're going to shift our weight into the left leg. We're going to use both of our hands and we're going to bring the knee up. I don't know if it's easier if I turn this way for you to see what I'm doing. It might be. So you're going to use both of your hands. Now, if it's a challenge to bring the knee all the way up, you can press the foot into the leg and just do it part way so that you've got a little more stability there. If you can, bring it all the way up. You're going to, maybe I can't. I might need to step off or I'll have to step over. So lift that right leg just as high as you can. If it needs to be a little bit lower, that's okay. Find your dristi on the wall, on the floor, wherever it is, looking straight ahead. You're going to release the right hand. Let the right hand come all the way back behind you. Now, if you want to follow that hand with your gaze, turn your head so that your nose leads the way and your eyes follow. So in other words, you're not moving your eyes first. Take a deep breath in, bring the right hand back to the left, and then release that right foot. That one's a little more of a challenge. Shift the weight into the right leg. Lift the left leg with both hands. I'm actually going to do this way this time. And then you're going to release the left leg, the left hand, bringing that left hand all the way back. And if you need to lower that leg a little bit and press the ankle into the knee, you can do that. And if you want to follow your gaze to go back as well, let the eyes follow the nose. The nose leads the way. Find your dristi, though, if you've got your gaze set straight forward. And then bring the left hand back to the right and release the left leg down to the mat. Balance on the mat for balance in your life. Take a deep breath in. The arms come up overhead. Palms together. Arms are going to come straight down into a forward fold. All the way down. Let the head hang loose. Nod the head yes. Shake the head no, gently. Inhale, halfway lift, heart leads, shoulders pressed back and down. Take a deep breath in here and exhale here. Take another breath in, exhale. Plant the hands, stepping back into high plank or low plank, whatever works for you. You can come down onto your knees, lift the feet up. We're coming all the way down to do cobra. So either high or low, pull forward, lower all the way down onto the mat, or head kisses the mat. Your hands should be near your shoulders. Inhale, lift up, but you're only lifting the top part of your torso, and your chin should still be tucked for baby cobra. Exhale all the way back down. Inhale up into plank. Exhale back into downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Bend the right knee, then bend the left knee, straighten the opposite. Now, we're going to shift all of our weight into the left foot. Take a breath in. On the inhale, lift the right leg into three-legged dog. Exhale, bring that leg back down. Shift to the other side so the weight goes into the right foot. Inhale, lift the left leg. And exhale, release the leg. Bend the knees, look towards the top of the mat. Slowly walk your feet to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Let the head hang loose. Check in with your body. How do you feel now? This is your third or fourth forward fold, or maybe even more. I can't even remember anymore. But how does it feel? It should feel better than the first one. Inhale, halfway lift. Leading with the heart. Pressing the shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Now, if you have blocks, bring them forward. We might use these. Bend the knees, reverse swan dive all the way up. Palms together, exhale, hands to heart. There is no might. We will use these, but if you don't have a block, you don't have to have a block to do what we're going to do next. So it's just a little bit easier to have a block. So we're going to step back into a high lunge. Hands come to hips. Stepping back, the heel stays lifted up off of the floor as you step into a high lunge. You've got a little bit of a bend in the front knee. The back knee is straight. The heel is not on the floor in the back. It's just pressing towards the floor. Take a deep breath in. Arms come up overhead. And exhale. Sink into a lunge. You can leave your... I'm just kind of looking around here. Take a deep breath in here. And on the exhale, you're going to bring the hands back alongside the body. And you're going to press forward, leaning out over this left knee. So you're leaning, stretching. Press the shoulders down as you pull forward with the crown of the head. Pull forward, leading with the heart. And this is also balance. It takes some balance to stay in this pose. It takes some strength to stay in this pose. Now, if you have a block, I want you to set your block on the high end. You don't have to have a block to do this. But what we're going to do is we're going to practice moving in and out of airplane. This is a little more advanced pose, but we're not going to actually go into airplane and stay into airplane. We're just going to practice coming in and out of it. So you're going to step up just a little bit. You're still leaning forward, and you can use your block if you need to. And you can come forward using your block, or keep your hands back and just slightly lift the right foot. It's just going to come up off the floor, practicing coming into airplane, but eventually you'll come all the way up. But for now, if that's not possible, just practice leaning forward and coming into a partial airplane and quickly coming back down. And practicing this sort of short version of airplane will help you to build the strength and the balance
to come up into a full airplane eventually. Bringing the right foot up to meet the left, other side. So hands come to hips. We're going to step back with the left foot, keeping that heel high, checking the knee, making sure everything's in alignment here. Take a deep breath in. Arms come up overhead into your crescent. This is a crescent high lunge. And then exhale, bringing the arms down, stepping in a little bit. Bringing the torso out over the right leg. You're still going to keep the toes down, heel lifted like you're in a high lunge to start. And then you're going to pull up. Maybe keep the weight on the right leg. Just lift that toe every once in a while. See how much further up you can get into your airplane. Use your block if you need to. If you have a block, or maybe you're not there yet. Maybe you're not ready to even fold forward, but you are ready to lift that leg and put it back down. Lift it, put it back down. Leaning forward, lift it, and put it back down. Stepping all the way down, left foot comes up to meet the right. So maybe that was your first airplane practice. Take a deep breath in, arms come up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Swan dive down, let the head hang loose. See how it feels to be in this forward fold now. Bend the knees just a little bit and then lift the hips a little bit higher. Inhale, halfway lift, pressing forward. Heart leads the way, then press the shoulders back and down to come into your flat back. Take a breath in here and exhale. Plant the hands, stepping back into plank again. Take a deep breath in, pull forward, lower all the way down. Inhale, lift high this time for high cobra. Now, if this pinches your back and this is not very comfortable for you, you can come about halfway up, or you can stay in baby cobra and maybe lift the hands, because this is going to help strengthen your back so that you can do back bends. Find your version, find your balance. Maybe you're not ready to do everything that we've done today quite the way we're doing it. Baby steps. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale in, exhale, lower back down. Inhale, back up into tabletop. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look towards the top of the mat. Slowly walk your way to the top of the mat. Hey, buddy. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Pulling forward, pressing the shoulders back and down into your halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. This is my buddy, Blackheart. Bend the knees, reverse swan dive all the way up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. One more standing balance pose. So we're going to do tree pose. Everybody knows tree pose. Maybe they haven't done it, but they've seen it somewhere. Vriksasana is what it's called in Sanskrit. So to go into tree pose, you're going to shift your weight into the right leg. And again, if you're on a cushy mat, you probably are going to need to step off. If you found that you needed to step off on the other one, you'll probably need to do that with this one as well. And you can either put your heel, your arch of your foot at the ankle, or you can put your foot on the calf, pressing the right leg into the left. So you want them to press together, whatever it is you do, and that's going to help you to become a little more stable. Or you can bring it all the way up. Bringing the hands to heart, find your drishti. Look for that focal point. Is it on the floor? Is it on the lower part of the wall? A lot of times keeping your gaze downward helps a little bit. Maybe you can keep your gaze straight up. Whatever works for you. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, open your tree. Now, if you're not ready to open your tree, to expand your branches wide, then just keep your hands at heart. You're still working to stay there, I'm sure. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, palms together, foot to mat. We're going to shift to the other side. So our weight's going to go into the left leg. Bringing the hands to heart, same thing, whatever you did on the other side, you're going to do it on this side. Find your drishti, find that point of focus. Don't let your eyes jump away from it. Stay in that tiny little spot. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, open your branches wide. Inhale in and exhale here. Deep breath in, palms together, and foot to mat on your exhale. Coming to the top of the mat, inhale in. Exhale, fold forward. Let the head hang loose. Now we're going to do one more thing. So you're going to pull forward on the balls of your feet and just press your hands into the mat or onto your block if you have a block. And lift the heels so that you can feel that you're off of your balance. So you want to pull forward enough that you know that you're not in balance. Now exhale, pulling all the way back through your center of balance. And lift the balls of the feet and lift the toes up, and all your weight now is in the heel of the foot, of the feet, the heel, in your heels. Now coming back to the center, this is what being in the center of your balance feels like. Inhale, halfway lift one more time, and exhale, plant the hands. We're going to come into plank, holding here for 2 breaths. Take a breath in. We're building strength. Exhale here. Inhale in and exhale. Now bringing the knees down, we're going to come down to seated with the legs straight out in front of us. Let me get another little sip here. Now we're going to do something to build strength, but it's also a little bit of a balance because it takes some balance to be in this pose, and that is boat pose. And whether you do yoga or not, you might know what a boat pose is, and you're like, oh no. But it's a good way to build balance, and you don't have to stay in it very long. I mean, to build strength, but also to build balance. Lift the left leg, then lift the right leg, and you're somewhere back here on your bum. You can keep your hands up underneath your knees if you need to. You're still working in this pose. Or you can bring your hands out straight forward. Bring the arms up, over to the right, and then up over to the left. This takes strength, but you're also practicing some balance. Up and to the right, up and to the left. Up and to the right, up and to the left. Now bring the hands straight forward under the knees and then lower all the way down to the mat. Take a deep breath in here and exhale. On the exhale, pull back up into boat. You thought we were done. And then exhale, feet come to the mat, and we're going to bring our feet, our legs out straight in front of us. I'm going to do a little bit of a twist here. I love twists. Didn't have too many twists in here so far. So we're going to bring the right foot over the left leg. If this feels uncomfortable on your knees at all, you can keep that right foot on the inside of the left leg instead of all the way over. So listen to your body. Find balance between what you want to do and what your body tells you that you can do. Right hand behind the right bum. Press that hand into the mat and lift the spine nice and straight so that even when we twist, we don't collapse. We stay nice and lifted as we pull around into that twist. Left arm comes up on the inhale. Exhale, wrap the left arm around the right knee, and you're just going to twist part way. We're not going fully into this twist yet. Take a deep breath in here and exhale here. focus on your breath as you inhale and exhale. See that you can stay into this twist, or can you go any further? Check in with your body. Take another deep breath in. On the exhale, see if you can pull that right shoulder back a little bit more. Maybe look back over the shoulder, keeping the spine lifted. Use that back hand to help you stay lifted. Or maybe you're just staying where you were in the first place. Maybe you overshot, or maybe that's the extent of your ability to twist right now. That's why you're in yoga, to help improve that. Take a deep breath in here and exhale. Inhale in. On the exhale, release everything to the front. Twists are, to me, a way of giving ourselves a self-massage. Bring the left foot over the right leg or on the inside. Remember to listen to what your body wants and can do for you. Left hand behind the left bum. Take a deep breath in, and the right arm comes up. Exhale, wrap and twist just part way on this first one. Take a couple breaths in and out here. The twists are massaging muscle, they're massaging organs, and when we get massage does a wonderful thing. It stimulates blood flow, and when you stimulate blood flow, you increase all of the nutrients that all of the organisms in the body need to either maintain health or to get healthy. So when we increase the blood flow through our twists, we're bringing oxygen and vitamins and minerals and carbohydrates and protein, all kinds of things that are in the blood to that area for either healing or just, maintaining, taking care of business. Take another deep breath in. On the exhale, see if you can twist a little further around. Pull that left shoulder back, making sure to push straight up with that back hand, keeping the spine straight. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, release everything to the front. Now we're going to do bridge pose, and then we're going to go into another set of twists. So if you have a blanket or a mat or anything like that, put it over to your left side. You can even use a block. I'm going to use my bolster, but you can use a rolled up towel or anything like that to bring this right leg over and lay it across that. I want you to have some support when we do this twist. So coming down to set up for bridge, we're going to do a couple of rolls up and down, and then we're going to hold it on the third one. So your hands can press into the mat at the sides. Your heels are going to come back towards the fingertips. So maybe you can touch your fingertips before you do this. Take a deep breath in. On the inhale, you're going to press the small of the back into the mat and start to lift the pelvic floor up. As you do that and you press along the rest of the back, just gently lift and then exhale right back down. And as you come down, see if you can roll all the spine along the back, down into the small of the back, and then release. Inhale, rolling back up, then finally lifting. Exhale, roll back down. One more time. Inhale up. This time we're going to stay up here for a couple of breaths. So roll up and hold. Maybe scoot the shoulder blades up underneath so you can get a little bit better lift. Press the knees in towards each other. You don't want them falling open. You want them to pull towards each other. Take a deep breath in here and exhale here. Inhale in, exhale, release everything back down to the mat. Now leaving the hands on the mat, lift the legs with the knees bent,
And then I want you to scoot around so that you can find the small of your back. Press everything into the small of the back. That's where I want your energy to focus right now. Imagine you can see the small of your back and press it down into the mat. It should feel really good to do that. You can do that with the legs lifted without pressing on them, which presses on, your tummy and presses on your breath. This way you can get into the small of the back without really causing a lot of breathy discomfort, kind of holding your breath. Take a deep breath in, lift the legs straight up, bring the hands behind the knees, pull the legs towards you on the exhale. Take a breath in here and exhale here. Inhale in again, exhale, release the legs, let them fold back down. And then on the next inhale and exhale, lower the feet all the way down to the mat. Open the feet wide as the mat. We're going to do a windshield wiper to get set up for the other twist. Inhale in, on the exhale, drop the knees all the way over to the right. That should feel really good, that stretch along the left side. Inhale up, exhale over to the left. Let the knees drop all the way over. That should feel good on the left side and the right side. Inhale up. Exhale over to the right. Inhale up. And this time when you exhale over to the left, straighten the leg. Lift the right leg all the way up and over onto whatever it is you have there. And just relax into this twist. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, release the clenching of that left leg. Let that leg go loose. Open the right arm. Take another deep breath in here and exhale here. Relax everything. Inhale back over, bringing the right foot to the mat. The knees are up as if you're in a windshield wiper. Move your prop, your whatever you're putting your leg on, over to the other side. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, straighten the right leg and lift the left leg to drop all the way over into a nice supported twist, opening the left arm up. Take another deep breath in here. Exhale, relax the clenching in that right leg now, in the hips and the thighs. Another breath in and out. Take another deep breath in. On the exhale, lift that left leg, pull everything back over. Lift the knees. This time, use your hands, pull the knees in towards the chest. Lift the forehead, pulling in towards your knees. And then exhale, release everything down onto the mat. Setting up for Shavasana. So get comfortable. Grab that blanket if you want to cover up, if your room is chilly. We're going to be here for 3 or 4 minutes. And that can seem like a really long time if you're chilly. Then relax the hands. Let the hands fall open. Relax the feet. Let the feet fall open. Softly close the eyes. Shavasana is the time to do nothing. Shavasana in English is called corpse pose. And I didn't understand that for the longest time. And I finally decided to look it up. And it's just the point of our resurfacing, Shavasana is the time that we come into a place where we let everything go, and that permits the body to regenerate. So let yourself go in your Shavasana. Find, maybe focus on your breath, or focus on the sound of my voice until I stop talking. And try to find a place of nothingness. Surrender to nothingness. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale softly,
Relax the muscles around the mouth, relax the jaw, relax the muscles around the eyes, the ears. Inhale in. As you exhale, relax the shoulders. Let the shoulders sink back into your mat. Inhale in. As you exhale, let the hips melt into the mat. You can feel the heels of your feet in the mat. Let the mat support you. Surrender to nothingness. Coming back into your breath, coming back to your mat, to the room that you're in. Maybe wiggle the fingers and toes to help wake things back up. Eventually rolling over to your right side or left side. Have it. And come to seated. Maybe keep the eyes closed just a little bit longer. As you make your way to seated, I'm going to share some words with you. I love to end my classes with words that I have been moved by throughout the week, or words that I go back to that I've been moved by in the past that just seem appropriate for the class, for the date, for the time that whatever is happening that week. So this is really short, and this is by a woman named Danielle Ornder. Life is a balance between what we can control and what we cannot. I am learning to live between effort and surrender. Bringing your hands to heart. Thank you all for joining me. And if you're new, please come back at least 2 more times to me or somebody else. Don't give up on yoga. And for those that you are returning, I can't wait until I can be in a class with you again. Namaste. Bye, everybody.